1 year ago, these images ran on newscasts around the world, causing an international furor. Israeli commandos rappelled onto a ship that was trying to cross an Israeli sea blockade of Gaza. In the ensuing fight, 9 passengers died and several Israeli soldiers were hurt. The ship was part of a convoy supposedly bringing humanitarian aid to the people of Gaza. Another flotilla is preparing to try it again in late June, along with a boatload of Canadians who are against the blockade. And joining us from Montreal is an official with the Canada boat to Gaza. His name is Ehab Lotayef, and he joins us now. Nice to see you, Mr. Lotayef.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so you are a part of this group that is going to take part in a so-called aid flotilla that will try to pass Israel's naval blockade of Gaza. Firstly, tell us a bit about your group and why it is that you're participating in one of these so-called aid flotillas.
Well, it's not so-called aid flotilla. It is an aid flotilla, and the idea is that we believe, as well as many citizens from all around the world, that the Israeli blockade of Gaza is illegal, it is wrong, it is causing a lot of damage for the people in Gaza, and it's our responsibility as citizens of the world, since our governments are silent and complicit, that we should stand up and try to do something. This is a civilian-to-civilian initiative that we are taking with the support of thousands of Canadians, individuals and organizations, some of them contributing as little as $5 and some of them contributing as much as $5,000 without any government aid, without even getting tax breaks for the money they're contributing, because they believe that it is very important to stand with other humans who are suffering, and when the world governments are quiet about this suffering.
Well, let me ask you this. Was it a civilian-to-civilian matter back in May 2010? If we can please pull up the video to illustrate what it is that I'm referring to. So, of course, do we have the video, control room? There we go. No, it's not that one. I'm looking for video of Israeli soldiers being beaten down by passengers on the so-called aid flotilla called Mavi Marmara, which attempted to break the blockade in 2010. Do we have that video, control room? Because I think it's important for our friends at home to see that. No? What about the video that shows the weapons cache that was discovered on the boat? Okay, there it is.
I'm sorry. I can't see what you're seeing from here, so
okay.
I can't comment on it. But I can say two things about.
Sir, with respect, it was well publicized that on that flotilla there were makeshift weapons that were found. Israeli soldiers, were thrown overboard by passengers on that boat. Israeli soldiers were beaten with sticks. They had rocks thrown at them. So I need to know: is this your concept of a peaceful flotilla that is assisting with aid?
I need to say two things. Number one, the footage you shown was not from the last flotilla. Number two, we as Canadians did not participate in the past flotilla, so I can't speak about it. What I can tell you is that our initiative is a non-violent initiative. It's civilian to civilian, and that is something we're totally committed to. And on the last
So you condemn the actions of the passengers then on that flotilla?
I condemn the actions of the piracy that happened by the Israelis to attack a civilian ship in high seas. Please let me finish. Please let me finish. I condemn the actions of the attack on the boat before I can condemn the actions of people that are in self-defense position. I also would like to remind you that the fact that those passengers had taken control of guns from the Israeli soldiers that they threw into the sea and never harmed an Israeli soldier with that. So let's please keep things in context. You might want to support Israel in its illegal blockade of Gaza. You might want to see Israel continue as an apartheid state. But we shouldn't twist the facts. We should not twist the facts. The facts should remain the facts.
By the way, that video that we showed was absolutely from that last flotilla in May.
Israel killed 9 people last year and then took all the aid and also a lot of personal belongings of the people that were on the ships last year. Until now, there is no confirmed report that that aid did reach Gaza. This is the context we're talking about. We here are talking about a civilian initiative, and I repeat it many times, for people who believe that aid should reach Gaza and that the blockade is illegal and will continue to work that way.
So one final question then. If this is a civilian initiative, do you then provide assurances that you or anybody in your group associated with this flotilla, that we will not see a repeat episode of what we saw May 2010 when Israeli soldiers...
From our side, we do. Does Israel commit not to do the same aggression on civilian boats? That is the question. You cannot accuse the victim. I am sorry. We are committed to non-violent actions, and we are held to that. We are committed to open our boats to inspection by any neutral entity, and you can hold us to that. If Sun News would like to send a crew to film our boats as they leave and go through them and see what's on them, you're most welcome to do that.
Thank you very much for that invitation, sir. In fact, I will raise it with our superiors here.
Please do.
And see if that's something that we can do. Look, we appreciate your time, and we appreciate you bringing your perspective to our program here.
And I thank you for having me very much, and my regards to all your listeners.
You're most welcome. Thank you. That's Ehab Lotayef joining us from Montreal.